Would you like a brand new eating station? You do? DIY friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Danie, and today's DIY in progress is finally giving back to the love of my life, my child, my everything, my fur baby, Kenobi. So close to 2 years ago, I actually ended up making Kenobi a kind of DIY eating station, and it's still there. It's right there. We have used it. It has been great. It's a little gross now. And you know, the thing for me is that it just really doesn't match our kitchen. And I would love to build something more cohesive, something that kind of aligns with the look of the kitchen, something that can, you know, not really be such an eyesore. And you know what? He deserves the best. But before we get into it, if you are new here, hello, welcome. Feel free to hit that subscribe button and join this marvelous Creative Beast community. We do all things home and DIY, and sometimes we can get a bit weird, but we like weird here. But with that said, I hope you're ready for a lot of Kenobi in this episode because you're gonna get it. How do you feel about that? Would you like a DIY just for you? High five? Editor, roll the tape. Boop. Really a camera hog today, aren't you? This was a DIY with good intentions, okay? I just wanted to be clear, good intentions were here. But you know, over time, dogs are gross, and he just really made it gross. And that's okay. You know what? We have gotten our use out of this, and I don't regret anything. Well, I do regret not making it higher because you're right. I did get a lot of comments about the fact that I should have elevated this because he is a much taller dog. I had no idea, but I do know now, and I'm gonna fix that. It only took me about 2 years to fix it. Better late than never, am I right? This is the week of Kenobi, and he doesn't care. I'm pretty sure I've seen him eat poop. So essentially, this is kind of my initial brainstorm, and I think this is gonna work. So Ikea has this storage box that's called like the Smastad. I'm gonna botch that. It's marketed as like a kid's storage box. Looking at the size and height of this, I actually think it's going to be perfect for Kenobi. And then on top of that, of course, we're gonna match my cupboard. So I have the cracked pepper here. We will paint this bad boy up. We will add some trim around the front just to kind of mimic the shaker style that's on these doors. And then add maybe a piece of hardware for the handle pull. I ordered some new bowls that I thought would be great. So these new food bowls that I ordered actually came with this little food stand. And I'm actually not gonna use the stand for the bowls. I kind of wanna repurpose that and use it in an unconventional way. So on here, you'll see that I have a gallery rail top question mark. I'm putting a question mark beside it because I cannot find any more gallery rail holders. Much like on my art shelf, they don't exist. I bought mine originally on Wayfair. They don't exist on Wayfair anymore. Literally the only places I can get it from is like some weird, obscure antique stores in the middle of Kentucky. So it's just so bizarre. So I'm like, okay, I can't make that look, but maybe I can kind of make my own DIY version of that kind of goes along with butcher block. So I kind of want to repo some material from that base and use them as little blocks on each corner and then fill it with the brass just to kind of give it an elevated look. I think it would be cute. I realize I know my dog does not care about these kind of aesthetic pieces, but I care. And I'm the one making it, so I get what I want. It's gonna be good, I swear. So I think this plan is gonna work. Maybe. I mean, we can only hope for the best, but really we just need to go get that storage box and let that be the starting point measurement-wise to see if anything else is going to work. So let's go to Ikea and let's go get our Smastad storage box. Sweet! Stay on task. Stay on task.
I was sure that it'll be easier to clear you from my mind.
Don't pull out the mandrake.
Dusty corners so we'll fill with faded bombs. Bomb, bomb, bomb. The situation got upset when I stepped on a memory thorn. shell. The table stand, the screws were loose. I guess you had lied. I wish you fall off from the window, take a bad trip to the ground. Ooh. And in the pleasure, see your pressure just before you break a bone. You're reflecting, I'm deflecting, burning tires to move on. Too many noises, clash the choices, future came and left like ghosts. No more messing, no caressing, heavy panning on the walls. How I did it to myself.
Do you know my kung fu skills? Oh, alligator power! Show!
Just before you break a bone.
Is that too high for you? Can you sit? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. You love this. Do you want this? Okay, here you go. Go for it. Okay, I was feeling kind of worried that this was gonna be too big, but I actually think it's gonna be fine because, I mean, the way that I was looking at this, I mean, he's putting his head over a giant lip like that, but I think if I'm to bring this down so that it's flush with this, it's not so bad. Like if the bowl is at this height, that's perfect. Okay, so there's one other thing. I really wanted to put the butcher block on top of this, and I realized that I have a product, this butcher block, it's got this little lip built into it. This piece fits exactly this, and if I had two of them side by side, and I can cut the other one if it's a little bit too long, this fits up perfectly. We have a plan, but it also means we have to go back to Ikea. And I don't like that, but I'll do it for you. And no, you can't come. No, it's not a fun trip for you. They don't let you in there. I'm sorry. Good morning, friends. So we need to talk about the design plan. Last night, I had some reservations about moving forward with this Ikea piece, and I will tell you why. When I originally made the design plan, I was really focused on the height. And okay, we need to talk about measuring your dog. Now, I will say this, there are so many opinions on the internet about how to properly measure your dog to get the proper feeding height. So you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. And as a dog owner, as a parent of a fur baby, you kind of need to do what feels best for your dog and what feels best for you. And if you don't know, you consult with a veterinary. But the common theme of measuring your dog's feeder was about measuring from the floor to the top of the wither. The wither is like the top of the shoulder blade, basically, of a dog. And then you take that height and then you subtract either 5 or 6 inches. So Kenobi's wither height was 27 inches. And then, subtract 5 or 6, we're looking at 21 or 22 inches. I think the biggest fundamental issue with this Ikea piece is the width and just the sheer size of it. I think I was so focused on finding a piece that could be the right height that I wasn't really focusing on the width. And then when I saw it in this space yesterday, I was like, woof. That's big. I really liked this Ikea piece. I really like the function of it. I really like this giant piece. I just wish it was smaller. So I was like, well, what if we duped an Ikea piece? I mean, I like the look of it. I like the way it functions with the wheels. So let's just dupe it. I've never duped an Ikea piece. I normally use an Ikea piece to do the duping. So I'm gonna return this Ikea piece, and I'm actually gonna be tweaking it a little bit. Even yesterday, knowing the proper height of where that bowl needed to sit, I still was kind of feeling like it's a little bit too high. And this is just a gut feeling. I feel like I could, although like maybe 21 inches is probably the right height for his feeder, I think I wanna bring it down to 18. I think it's just gonna be like a nice happy medium between where consensus say it should be and where I think it should be. So I'm thinking we're just gonna do what we do best. We're gonna use our 2 hands. We're gonna custom build this baby, and it's gonna be great. So let's go to the hardware store and let's go get our materials. Okay.
You know you feel like magic. You know you feel like magic. You know you feel like.
That was quite the journey, but we have our material, we have our MDF, and I ended up making 3 cuts while I was there just to make it easier for me while I'm in here. I have a small, teeny tiny she-shack space. So the more cuts that I can cut down on, the better. So what I need to start doing right now is get all my measurements, start making some cuts on my table saw, and then we can actually start assembling. But first we must refuel and rehydrate. Oh my God, that's so hot.
Hot! Too hot!
Take me home, take me on a ride. I got a good feeling about the colors lighting up your eyes. Take me home, take me to the sky. I got a good feeling. Tell me the only thing you are is mine now. I got a good feeling. I got a good feeling. Good feeling. I got a good feeling.
We did it, friends. We made our cuts, and I have them separated into 2 groups. One is going to be the base, and one is going to be my slidey box. That went pretty painless. Honestly, cutting through MDF is just like cutting through butter. It's just like, I think building the base is going to be the lesser of 2 evils right now. It's really simple. It's basically like 4 pieces, 3 pieces. How many pieces do we have? 4 pieces. We have 4 pieces to assemble. So we're gonna pocket hold these up. It's gonna be pretty seamless. Little pocket holes, a little glue, and we'll finally kind of see the vision come to life.
I just do see you later's, no goodbyes. New flows, new highs, through the dark clouds, see the blue skies. It will be I, just you wait. It's a new day, ride in the storm like a new wave. Shake, 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 move it to the beat now. Got the heat now, deep down, we know. Dive right in, let's go. No water dip in your toe. Let the rhythm take control. It's going down tonight, yeah. Dive right in, let's go. No water dip in your toe. Let the rhythm take control. It's going down tonight, yeah.
We have a base. She is looking beautiful, but we have a drawer to make, so let's go make a drawer. Yes.
Everywhere I go, the people really wanna know who I is and who I be. They stop and stare when they see me. If I said it once, no need to repeat. Run up on me, watch you fall to your knees. Tip my hat when it's time for the kill. Ain't no beast when you're really real. I am the boss, I am the dawn. I am the one they call Lucky Charm. Got my own shit, I don't need your farm. Life was so hard, it made me weak. Built to last, this girl ain't weak. Sturdy and still when I plant my feet. Got it out the mud, now it's racks in my sleep. Look to God, he supplies my needs. Endless faith is what brought me next level prosperity. Silent power moves is what I'm giving. They love to hate the world they can't live in. Always present for the high roads. Go swim within the deep lows. Low. What told the future? Who knows? I don't do it for the likes, I do it for the love. Do it for the ones who really needed a hug, cause they had it tough, never had enough. Feared, loved, and respected. Using words as a weapon. Test and she. Hurry up quick, El Jefe's coming soon. Sit up straight when she enters the room. Be enthused, but don't look too amused. This is her queendom, please respect her rule. Hurry up quick, El Jefe's coming soon. Sit up straight when she enters the room. Be enthused, but don't look too amused. This is her queendom, please respect her rule. Smile in my face, would in my place, but act gully on cyberspace. Let's pump brakes, let's be frank. Running after him when you're the chase. You are the catch and he's the net. How quickly do we all forget to honor these small policies, my darling? You are the empress queen. Man, respect or he'll neglect. You are the wind beneath his wings. You are the season, you are the reason why this world can breathe. Giving sons eyes to see and daughters dreams to believe. Anything less than the best for you is high treason, queen. Hurry up quick, El Jefe's coming soon. Sit up straight when she enters the room. Be enthused.
What a piece of junk!
My God, it looks like Tatooine in here. Well, we set out to make a miniature version of the Ikea, and I think we did that. I think it's great. I mean, it does exactly what it was meant to do. Like, this is definitely the size it needed to be. I mean, you guys remember how big that Ikea version was against me, and then look at the size of this. Like, that is a drastic difference. But this is just gonna be like cute, kind of small in the corner, but still match our cupboard. So anywho, I'm excited for tomorrow. Lots to do, so I'll see you then. Good morning, friends. We have a full day ahead of us because there's a lot of little elements that we need to add into this cute little dog eating area. The bowl came. Check this out. Pretty cool. It's nice. It's sleek. It's big. So I have two of these, and I think these are going to be great on top. So one will go here and one will go there. But it doesn't stop there. I also, as discussed, went and got myself one of these Ikea cutting boards. It's a great size, and why I like this cutting board is because it's not thick. The thing about, like, when you're looking for wood cutting boards, it just seems like they always come in like a 1-inch thickness, and I was like, this one is just so perfect, and it was so affordable. So I think we can hack this, put this on top. Okay, let's take this out. Let me take it. Why don't we have instructions? Woo! Brand spanking new. The only thing is, I do want to actually give this a little bit of a sand because I want to stain it the same color as my island. My plan is to kind of make 2 holes in this so if we're gonna cut 2 holes, and then this will kind of have like a little dish inset to keep it in place. So, you know, we can't like knock these off. So this is gonna actually sit flush with the top of this box, not the top of this. So it's gonna actually come down a little bit. Let's go make a beautiful butcher block top for the dog. I have this. So this is a jig that I built
so long ago, before I even had my other circular jig, but I'm so glad that I kept this because I think this is gonna be perfect for cutting my circles today. It's just a very simple, like, homemade jig. It has the plate for your jig at the top, and then basically it just has all of the measurements here. Now, the bowl measurement is 8 1/4. I have it 8 here, so I'm just gonna have to figure out my 1/4 inch. And essentially you take whatever the diameter of your circle is, what is half of that. So then I will find my middle mark, line up my jig or my router with the proper bit, and then basically we just pivot it around the circle until we're done. And then Bob's your uncle, we got a circle cut out. Jigs, homemade jigs for the win! But we really only have one shot to do this. So don't fuck it up, Danie. No pressure. Well, I think that went pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. Now, at this point, basically I just need to clean this piece up. I need to sand this top down so that we can prep it for staining. I need to just touch this piece up. I mean, there's a couple spots that need to be touched up, but MDF is just like pretty easy peasy. So I just want to give it a nice little quick light sand. I also need to drill a hole for the hardware. I do want to cut my brass rods, and I also want to make the little detail for the edges. So I actually think I'm gonna use the cutoff of the board to create like little blocks. I was gonna use the holder that came with the bowl, but I actually don't think I'll need to. I think I could just use some offcuts, it'll match then. So I'm gonna cut some little pieces, we're gonna drill some holes, and then basically we're just gonna like make little corner pieces with holes in it, and then we'll attach the dowels, the little brass dowels. And then we kind of got this little fancy. I mean, this part is for me. This is not for the dog, this is just for me. But I think it's gonna be cute. All right, let's get going. Woohoo, give me a high five. Psh.
7 hours driving on the highway. Far away, far away, far away. Every moment I was spending on regrets was such a waste, such a waste, such a waste. Looking on the city lights, flashing bright in my eyes. Look up to the sky and I got this relief inside. Then there's no need to hide. I'm going all the way up. Ah, I'm going all the way up. Ah, I'm letting go in my heart. Ah, of everything that holds me down. No, no. And it's feeling like I've been.
All right, friends, we are back in the studio, back in the heat, and it feels so toasty warm. Now that we're in the studio, I can finally prep this piece here where I added the trim on the front. You can obviously see there's a line on the top, so I actually just want to use my wood fill. I'm gonna fill in the top here and the sides just to make that really nice, so when I do paint it up, it looks like one cohesive piece. And we do need to prime this whole thing. MDF is notoriously absorbent, so it does need some kind of primer layer before you put your paint on, or that paint's just gonna absorb in, and you're gonna have to do so many coats that you don't wanna do. So I think we will add some wood fill, we'll get these primed, both these pieces, and then we will move on to the top, which we need to stain, and then let that dry, oil, and then we can add the little nubby decorative pieces, which I don't know what we're calling them. We're gonna call them nubby decorative pieces. But it's good. So we are so close to the finish line, so let's get this done. I'm so excited. I don't know how this bamboo is really going to take to this. It's kind of hard to say. Let's see if a gel stain will work. So we need to leave this for 2 to 5 minutes. Let it simmer into the wood. It's gonna look like exactly the same. And if you're wondering, am I gonna just sit here and stare at it before I take it off? The answer is yes. Yes, I am. Seep into the grain. You don't wanna be bamboo. You wanna be bamboozled. Honestly, that couldn't have gone better, in my opinion. I think the color is perfect. It looks exactly like my countertop, so kudos. We bamboozled the bamboo. Okay, in terms of how I'd like to attach these pieces, I kind of thought long and hard about it, and I think honestly I'm just going to attach it with some glue. I think it's the best way to do it. Honestly, I'm thinking like brad nails, but then it could go up through the hole. So honestly, I think I'm just going to do some glue and some accelerator and call it a day, you know? So I'm just going to be super careful about this. And just like that, she's on there. This is the more challenging part because I need to place these in and then place these in and then glue. But then this also needs to be placed in. Oh my God. Okay, so the last thing we need to do while I'm letting that dry, I'm gonna put the knob on, and then all we have to do is just add this on, and I'm just gonna screw up into it from underneath, and then we're done. It's done. We can finally put Kenobi's food station together. So let's put on the finishing touches, and then let's see what this looks like. Let's see what he thinks.
1, 2, 3, 4. I am not a raincoat here to keep you warm. Then go back in the closet after the storm. No, I'm not a match simply waiting to burn. All I am is a friend, your friend till the end.
Well, DIY friends, I think we did it. We made a beautiful dog eating station that's perfect for my puppy Kenobi. But you're not a puppy. No, you're a big handsome man. Yes, you are. You love it. Honestly, I don't think anything brings me more joy than making things for him. I love making you happy. Yes, I do. I hope you guys enjoyed this journey. I mean, we started from wanting to hack an IKEA piece to ending up duping an IKEA piece. But honestly, I'm so happy with the way this turned out. The size is so much better. I love the way that it rolls in and out. It's just so easy to use. I love the little aesthetic pieces that I was able to add to it. And honestly, I don't know, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And as always, a big thank you to my Patreon family for always supporting me. If you guys are looking for a community of DIYers, DIY enthusiasts to cheer you on through your projects around the home or give you advice or creative inspiration, then my Patreon is definitely the place for you. I've linked it down in the description box below. Go check it out. And of course, my friends, as always, stay positive, stay creative, and keep on DIYing. Bye-bye.